Hello and welcome to Marshall Close-Up. I'm Brayden Javier, and today I'm joined with our district attorney, Mr. Jason Darnall, and he's here to give us a little bit of insight into his job and life. So to start off, what is a district attorney, and are there any requirements for the job?
So if you watch a lot of TV shows like Law and Order, most of the TV shows refer to the criminal prosecutor as district attorney, and that's how it is in a lot of states. So in Illinois, I think they're called state's attorneys, but in Kentucky we have two classes of prosecutors in Kentucky called the county attorney and the Commonwealth's attorney. So I'm the county attorney, Dennis Faust is the Commonwealth's attorney, and those two prosecutors form the prosecutorial system in Kentucky. So the county attorney is in charge of all the traffic, all the misdemeanor cases, and then we're involved in the beginning of the felony cases. The felony cases, almost all of those usually end up in circuit court with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and then Dennis Faust, who's the Commonwealth's Attorney, will take care of those. But the county attorney and Commonwealth's Attorney can both be described as district attorneys as far as criminal prosecutors go. Now the qualifications for the job for county attorney, which is the position that I have, is you have to obviously have a law degree. You have to be in good standing with the Bar Association, so you have to have your license, and then you have to have practiced law at least 2 years prior to taking office as county attorney. So those are the basic requirements.
Yeah. So you mentioned you have a law degree. What schools did you attend?
So I graduated here in Marshall County in 1995, and I actually went to PCC the first year. That was Paducah Community College, the predecessor to WKCTC. Then I transferred to UK. I got a bachelor's degree in political science in 1999. And then I went to Chase College of Law at Northern Kentucky University. So that's where I got my law degree.
Yeah. So what made you want to be a lawyer?
Well, there's not really any one particular moment that I can point to, but when I was at UK in undergrad, I had a couple different majors, and one particular major required me to take a business calculus class, and let's just say that math is not my strong point, so I had to switch classes, and I took a course in logic, and I really liked that class, and the professor in that class said, "You're really good at this class, and you ought to consider going to law school." So I thought about it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, that may be something I'm interested in.
Yeah. So would you consider law more of like a passion or a job for you?
Oh, it's definitely a little bit of both, I would say. I really enjoyed studying law when I was in law school. That was the first, I wasn't really a big fan of school, even all the way through college, as far as the classwork is concerned. I did it because you have to do it if you want to be successful. There's not really any particular course of study along the way that I enjoyed until I got to law school, and I really enjoyed it. And then this opportunity came along to become assistant county attorney, and I really like this work as well. But it's like anything else. It has its good days and bad days, but the good days outweigh the bad days. So yeah, it's something that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah. So what type of law have you practiced or enjoyed the most?
Well, as a county attorney or as assistant county attorney, those are all considered part-time positions for the most part. So there's a lot of county attorneys and a lot of assistant county attorneys out there who have private law practices, and I did for a while. Now I'm a full-time county attorney. I don't have an outside law practice. But when I did have a law practice, I did all kinds of different types of law, like family law, divorces, real estate issues, breach of contract, torts, personal injury type cases. But this is what I enjoy the most. As county attorney, obviously you're a prosecutor, so that's what most people associate the county attorney's office with, as being a criminal prosecutor. But also as county attorney, you're the legal representative for county government. And that's probably my favorite thing to do, is to be involved in county government and deal with different levels of government, the state government, the legislative process, we deal with some federal legislation too. So that's probably my favorite part of the job, is actually that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to be a lawyer one day. Is there any words of wisdom you can give to people wanting to be lawyers?
I would say that in your course of study, you want to take classes that are like high intense reading, because the practice of law is like attention to detail.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to read and understand what's going on and pick out what's relevant and what's not relevant. That's really a lot of what the practice of law is, because you may be in any criminal case or civil case, you may be inundated with facts when you start to learn about what's going on, but there only may be a few of those facts that are actually relevant to the case as it relates to what the law is.
Yeah.
So you got to pick that out. So any kind of history class is obviously going to be a lot of reading involved in that. Political science, the study of government, that's going to be important. Criminal justice for the criminal justice system, but really, I noticed when I was in law school, there were people in my class from all different types of backgrounds as far as what they studied in undergrad.
Yeah.
But those were the most common: poli-sci, English, history, those types of classes. Yeah.
So I actually live near you, and I've seen you running several times in the morning. Is there anything in particular you're training for, or do you just enjoy?
Not training for anything in particular right now, because as we sit here today, I've got a hip injury that's keeping me from running like I used to. But I'm 48. I just turned 48. I'm not 38 anymore, so I'm not nearly as fast as I used to be, and I'm having to deal with that mentally, because I'm a very competitive person. So when I was running races around the world, I did really well at it, and as with age, you tend to slow down, so I'm not as competitive anymore. So, but I'm hoping to get back. I'm not giving up. I still want to get out there and run it. But yes, I really enjoy running. That's a great time to be alone and with your thoughts and be able to think about different things.
So you mentioned you've ran around the world. Can you maybe give a little bit more insight? Because while I was researching, I saw you were the first Kentuckian to run a marathon in all 7 continents or something?
All 7 continents and all 6 of the World Marathon Majors. So the World Marathon Majors are the 6 biggest and most competitive races in the world. That's Boston, New York, and Chicago in the U.S., and then you got London, Tokyo, and Berlin around the world. They just added a 7th in Sydney, and that's going to be run this August, I believe, in Sydney. But yeah, it was just a tremendous experience being able to travel around the world, meet all kinds of people, because believe it or not, you can travel to different places of the world, and sometimes you'll run into the same people.
Yeah.
And so I've met friends all around the world, and it's just so interesting to see different cultures and get to see different places and to run in different places. It was a dream. It was a dream come true.
So some people may not know it, but you're believed to be the first Kentuckian elected district attorney as an independent. Is there any reason you chose not to align with the political party?
Well, it's one of those things where back then, if you look at local government in particular, judges, that judges don't run on a political platform. It's considered nonpartisan races. Yeah. And if you look at some of the local offices like county clerk or PVA, prosecutors, I mean, your political positions don't really matter for those types of offices, because, especially for judges and for prosecutors, because it's about upholding justice. It's about following the law, and what your position may be on the border or the economy, it doesn't really matter in day-to-day cases as far as we practice.
Yeah. So your wife's a teacher here at Marshall County High School. Is there any influence she's had on your law or political career?
Oh yes. When I ran, it was a team effort back in 2018. She was kind of the de facto political advisor for me. Yeah. She was a tremendous help, as were my parents, her parents, a lot of support that we had in our campaign. And of course, I leaned on her a lot, just bouncing ideas off of her. She had a lot of fantastic ideas. So yes, she's been a tremendous help to me. I couldn't have done it without her. And then as far as running goes too, you know, a lot of my races were run all over the world, and she was right there with me, supporting me, cheering me on. And so I couldn't have done that without her either.
Yeah. So can you see yourself running for a higher office in the future?
Not right now, not as I sit here right now. I mean, it's hard to say, you know, how I might feel 5, 10, 15 years from now. But I enjoy what I'm doing. So I've told people that if, sometimes it can be a situation where the grass is greener on the other side and you don't realize how good you have it right now.
Yeah.
But I do realize how fortunate I am to have this office, and I enjoy it. So if you're happy doing something, I don't really think it's a good idea to be looking elsewhere. So I plan on sticking around if the voters will have me. So,
is there a reason you chose to stay in Marshall County to pursue your law career?
No, not really. I mean, this is home.
Yeah.
I've lived in Marshall County my entire life, except for when I was at UK and Northern Kentucky University, and it's about 200 miles to St. Louis from here, so I can go see the Cardinals play. That's my favorite baseball team.
Yeah.
And it's 3.5 hours to go see UK play at Rupp Arena, so it's kind of in the middle of my two favorite sports teams, so it's an easy drive. I'm not a big fan of like heavy traffic city. I can't imagine living in a big city and dealing with major traffic day in, day out, especially Lexington. Lexington traffic is horrible, so I don't think I'd ever want to live back there, although I enjoy living. But I like it here. I love Marshall County. I love the people. I love the area we're in, and it's always been home. So.
Yeah. Do you donate or volunteer with any charities?
Yeah, so some of my favorite charities around here, Humane Society, the Animal Shelter. I love animals. I've got 3 dogs and 2 cats at home. We've rescued a lot of those, rescued a lot of animals over the years. The Hope Clinic in Benton that deals with pregnant mothers and helps them make some important life decisions. Those are a couple that come to mind. The Exceptional Center, I sit on the board of the Marshall County Exceptional Center for those students, and it's always nice to see them learning about different things. And the Exceptional Center is one of those places that we're fortunate to have it here, because a lot of counties don't have anything like that. And it gives those people a place to go every day to learn, to have fun, just like the rest of us.
Yeah. So many students, such as myself, are becoming adults and able to vote. So is there anything you can say to the importance of voting?
Yes. What I would say to you is become informed, okay? And a lot of these days with social media and other forms of media, it's hard to kind of decipher what's true and what's not. But don't vote just for the sake of voting. Figure out which candidate best represents your views. Dig into that candidate's background, find out what's real and what's fake, and do your own research. You know, I've always said, don't vote just for the sake of casting a vote based upon what somebody else says. I mean, vote because you believe in that person and that's going to represent your values, and make an informed decision. Just like anything else in your life. If you were researching to buy a car, you would look to see, okay, what do I need? What can I afford? What kind of options do I want on it? Voting is just as important as buying a car. You want to be informed when you make that decision. So.
Well, I believe that's all I have for you. Thank you again for your time and answering the questions. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I would wish the class of 2025 and you the greatest success possible.
Thank you.